Government wants to have at least 16 million people vaccinated by the end of the year. So far, over 8.3 million South Africans are fully vaccinated, and that means over 7 million people still need a shot in the arm. Well, to help upscale the country's vaccination drive, President Cyril Ramaphosa announced the introduction of the Vooma weekend vaccination campaign. And to kick things off, he'll be on a walkabout in Katlehong this morning to encourage people to get vaccinated. Our reporter Aviwe Mtila is covering that story for us. Let's cross to him. Aviwe, thanks for being there for us. Has the president arrived yet?
The president hasn't arrived yet, eNCA, but we heard even yesterday the concerns around the slow pace of the vaccination drive nationwide. The president did mention that we need to speed up the vaccinations in order just people to get their freedom back, to save lives, as well as for the economy. I am in Katlehong at this very moment at a community hall where the Vooma vaccination drive is already underway. We do understand that leaders, political leaders, the business fraternity, traditional leaders, and just community-based organizations and churches as well will be part of the Vooma vaccination drive to get the community members to come out, vaccinate in numbers. We do understand this weekend it will be operating for 24 hours, but I just want to catch up with some of the church and religious leaders to find out how they feel, especially since we moved to level 1. I am joined by Dr. Abel Dube. Thank you for joining us at eNCA. Just your thoughts and sentiments. President mentioning a move to level 1, where congregants now can, if it's inside the church, move from 250 people to 750. Is this enough?
Thank you very much. It's a very great move. That was a long expected move for people to gather again. But the main important thing is about life. It's about saving lives. See, when people begin to go into that drive of vaccination and their lives are safe, we can all come together again and begin to move with our normal lives.
But there are those fears, though, that we're not out of the woods yet. There is a possible fourth wave predicted to be coming in sometime in December. What are your fears around this, given the move to level 1?
It's very true, but let me tell you something. As human beings need to be conscientized all the time, once in a while and all the time. And the thing about this is, because we now know the behavior of how to behave during this pandemic, we ought to exercise caution. And while we exercise caution, but our lives need to continue as well.
Okay. Let me quickly move to Bishop Esther Masela. Bishop, thank you for joining us at eNCA. I see you flanked here by other senior people in the religious fraternity, but the importance of you joining other stakeholders and the president as they go into this Vooma vaccination drive to get the community in.
Kubaluleke kakhulu ukuthi sihambe no president ukuthi sazise umphakathi ukuthi vaccine ibaluleke kangakanani. So siyacela ukuthi umphakathi wonke namasonto engathi angajoina nawo angene avaccine sivaccinate sonke ukuze siphile kahle eSouth Africa yethu.
Okay, mama, umongameli uthi manje kuyiwa ku level 1 isonto lingafaka abanye abantu from 250 to 750. Your thoughts on this?
Sijabule kakhulu ngaloko ukuthi sizokhona ukuthi sikhonze uNkulunkulu kahle, sibonge na ku president ukuthi we usenzele umusa ukuthi sikwazi ukukhonza ngoba besingasakwazi ukukhonza kahle. Simkhonza uNkulunkulu, siyabonga kakhulu ku president, siyabonga nakumasonto, siyakhuthaza ukuthi sonke sibuyelene emasontweni ukuze sikwazi ukuqhubeka nomsebenzi kaNkulunkulu.
Okay, thank you very much, Bishop Esther Masela. They're relieved that the move to level 1 will now bring in more congregants into the church as they now go to this Vooma vaccination drive. It's not only the religious leaders that are here, eNCA. There are also traditional leaders, politicians, business from both the public and private entities, government officials on this vaccination drive. It's the first inaugural Vooma vaccination drive where the stakeholders, different stakeholders, are going into the communities trying to get them to the vaccination sites. As you heard from the president, while we have moved to level 1, there's still not enough people going to get their COVID-19 jabs. Of course, this will be part of saving lives, the economy, and just more freedom for people to move more freely if they are vaccinated.
Aviwe, The President emphasized several times last night, we need to get vaccinated, and that's one of the reasons that we're moving down to level 1 in the hopes that more and more people will be, have the impetus to do this. You've been out and about, and we've been chatting to you for weeks now, taxi ranks at churches, etc. Why are people still hesitant? What's the main message that you're getting as a reporter on the ground?
eNCA, you remind me of last week when I was part of the Okai Molao operations around Tembisa and Katlehong, even in Fort Lauderdale. Went to the taxi ranks there, and the premier flanked there by the MEC of Community Safety, Faith Mazibuko, talking to the taxi drivers there. They said their biggest issue was just the jab itself, their fear of needles. But of course, there are those fears that the side effects of the COVID-19 vaccines. You heard those stereotypes that are asserted with the COVID-19 vaccines, but they were being assured there. Even the mayor of Ekurhuleni was part of that delegation, talking to the taxi drivers, saying that their own family members, Mzwandile Masina mentioning that he took his mother and grandmother and he wouldn't put them at risk given the COVID-19 vaccine if there was danger to it. But the taxi drivers we left there, they were still reluctant nonetheless. It seems like, especially the males, are actually afraid of the jab itself more than anything. But of course, there are those theories that are associated with the jab, but of course, and the side effects as well. But I myself have had both my COVID-19 jabs, and I had luckily no side effects, and I am still 100% myself, the person that I was before the COVID-19 jab. So maybe some sort of assurance from my side as well.
Thanks so much, Aviwe. We'll cross to you a little bit later. Well, 6 people